E5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The Italian game starts with bishop c4, which attacks the f7 pawn and prepares to castle quickly. Knight f6 develops the knight and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. d3 protects the e4 pawn and the c4 bishop and allows the dark squared bishop to develop. The opening development is progressing well. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. Solid. Continuing with standard opening theory. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This is a book move, meaning it follows established opening theory, played by top players for years. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape square. A very strong play. Right on target. White develops the knight and attacks the center. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Recaptures. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. That's fine. This attacks black's pawn chain. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. Advancing the pawns in front of the king can compromise the king's safety. This is the strongest option. The knight finds a new active square. This misses an opportunity to force doubling of pawns. This is the only good move. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. Moving the bishop gives black more flexibility in the middle game. This permits the opponent to force doubling of pawns. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. Very precise. This overlooks an opportunity to force doubling of pawns. This was a game-changing move, giving white a winning position. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. Applying pressure to white's pawn chain. This makes a passed pawn. This allows the knight to control more squares. This defends the attacked pawn. That was a free pawn. This kicks a knight. This moves the knight to safety. This overlooks an opportunity to defend a pawn that was under attack. Right on target. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This takes an outpost, a square where the knight cannot be kicked out by a pawn. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This allows the opponent to eventually win material. This wins material. This is the strongest option. That pawn was free for the taking. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. White will be winning a pawn with that fork. This overlooks a better way to defend a rook that was under attack. This wins a pawn. That pin will win a bishop. This misses an opportunity to counterattack an opposing bishop. That bishop was free for the taking. This steps away from the checking queen. The piece finds a new active square. White had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. This attacks white's pawn chain. Very precise. Takes back. Right on target. This attacks a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This is the only move that works. This places a rook on the 7th rank, where it can be highly active. This moves the knight to safety. This is the way to win a pawn. This move puts the queen on a safer square. That pawn capture will win material after all trades are complete. Ignoring the threat on the rook, a difficult move to see. This stops the opponent from being able to force eventual checkmate. White activates the last piece, bringing all pieces into play. This is a fair move. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is not the right idea. This is the strongest option. That's fine. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. This protects the attacked pawn. This doubles the rooks on a file, which allows them to team up to create threats. Very precise. This wins a tempo by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This misses an opportunity to win material through a tactic. This threatens to win material through a discovered attack. Right on target. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This is a fair move. White still has the better position, but they lost their winning advantage. This offers an equal trade of pieces. There was only one good move there. This is the only good move. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. This threatens to tactically win a queen. The queen is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This is the only move that works. This moves the queen to safety. This is the only good move. This evades the check from the queen. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is not the right idea. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is the strongest option. That was a free pawn. One of the best moves. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. The game was close to equal, but now black is in a losing position. This is the only move that works. Takes back. This makes a passed pawn. This allows the opponent to win a bishop through a fork. White will be winning a bishop with that fork. This steps away from the checking queen. That was a free bishop. This threatens to force eventual checkmate.